So this is something that I never thought I'd really be making a video on until the moment itself actually happened. This isn't a thought that's really crossed my mind that many times, and it's not something that I've ever really thought about as even a near future kind of thing, if that makes sense. I mean, I don't think this is going to happen in the next few weeks. I don't think it'll happen even in the next few months, but I think when you start to consider the next few years, that's when things really start to get kind of dicey, at least from what I've been thinking about this entire thing here. I think within the next 5 years, this moment will really come, especially with the direction that the platform is heading in, and that's been one of the major reasons that this has even really been crossing my mind in the first place. But recently, I've been thinking about my YouTube retirement. I've been thinking about what I'm gonna do next, what I'm gonna plan my whole rest of my life out with, what I'm gonna, pursue after YouTube, and when will the day come when I decide to pursue what comes after YouTube. Now, I know this video might upset a lot of you who have been loyal fans of the channel for years, or even if you haven't been a loyal fan for years, this might even still come as a surprise because, well, I'm the guy who is known for uploading all the time, right? At least when I'm actually on it and I'm uploading on a consistent schedule and whatnot, I'm known as the guy who uploads multiple times per day. I love YouTube, and it's been something that's absolutely changed my life in every way and shape possible. But there's a saying out there that I think really kind of hits home, and that saying is, everything good eventually comes to an end. And I'm fully aware that at some point in my lifetime, I'm gonna have to move on from YouTube. Whether that be by choice or by force, I'm gonna eventually have to go. The Optimus YouTube channel will not be uploaded to forever. I mean, one day I'm either going to retire or I'm going to be 6 feet under, you know what I mean? That's the way life is. If we all got to spend eternity doing what we love doing the most, then, well, everybody would be happy. And, well, not to say that I'm not happy doing YouTube, but I've been thinking a lot recently, and I think that there's more out there in the world for me. I think there's more for me to explore. I think there's more for me to find. And that includes things about myself that I think YouTube kind of holds me back from doing sometimes. I think a lot of people think YouTube is this easy job where, oh, you wake up and, you print a video out and you make money. That's just not how it works, man. There's so much work, there's so much effort that you have to put into it that most people don't even realize is a thing. Most people don't realize that, you have to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning some days and spend 3 to 4 hours looking for video topics, just mindlessly scrolling through the internet. And then you have to spend the next 2 to 3 hours making content or, whatever the schedule may be for a YouTuber. I mean, there's so many different types of YouTube content, but it is honestly a lot. It is challenging. And I've gotten used to this. I've spent 10 years now working on YouTube videos out of my life, and I'm used to it. I've gotten to the point where I've developed enough YouTube content that, it's become second nature to me. But what else in my life could be second nature that I'm missing out on? Are there things out there that I'm not exploring or getting to experience simply because I'm devoting my life to YouTube? That's been something that I've considered a lot recently, and that's been something that's really crossed my mind in a very specific way that has led me to think about, when am I going to retire from YouTube? So I'm going to share with you guys my current plan and what I think is going to actually happen. And this is, subject to change. This isn't permanent. This isn't anything, fixed or anything. This could change tomorrow for all I know. But my current plan is to continue to make YouTube content for the next 3 to 5 years. And I think after that period, the Optimus YouTube channel will be officially shut down, and I'm going to cease making content forever. Now, a lot of people, they've made suggestions, because I actually tweeted about this about a week ago or so, that I had considered retiring from YouTube, and it was something that had crossed my mind. And people, they asked me, well, are you going to make content elsewhere? Are you going to, switch to Twitch and start streaming? Or are you going to build your own platform and upload there? Well, the answer to that is, I already have OptiWorld. So I've already built a platform, and I already have something that if something were to happen to me on YouTube, I could easily pivot to and continue to make content. And that is the plan for now, because obviously we've seen situations like the Act Man happen recently, where you as a YouTuber almost have to be prepared for the day that YouTube might force you off the platform. And making the kind of content that I make, that is a possibility, a genuine possibility. Anyone who's espousing opinions on YouTube, especially ones that don't go along with the status quo, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm some edgelord who's making, the standout all the time, but I've noticed recently that my opinions and my takes are ones that are not as welcome on YouTube anymore. So I've been considering the possibility of YouTube forcefully removing me from the platform in some way. Because all it takes is one rule change, one policy change, one guideline change, and my content could have to change forever or disappear from the platform. So I already have a platform with optiworld.io that I could transition to and make content on if the day ever came where something like that had to happen. And that is fully the plan until, of course, I do decide to retire. So let's say tomorrow, YouTube comes out with a new rule change and commentary videos are basically outlawed. You can't make videos criticizing other people or criticizing things because, it's not as profitable for YouTube or whatever the deal might be. I would probably switch to uploading on OptiWorld, but the whole timeline still exists in terms of the 3 to 5 years. That, I think, is pretty much gonna be the timeline that I'm aiming at. And I think it'll be on the longer end of that. I think I'll probably make YouTube videos for another 4 to 5 years. Because the truth is, I've always told myself that I'm going to retire from YouTube when I no longer feel passion for YouTube, when I no longer feel the drive to make content ever again, and I feel like I'm just a robot going through the mechanics of making videos without any passion behind it. That would be the day that I decided to retire from YouTube. But the truth is that's very short-sighted. It doesn't consider all of the complexities that could really go into the situation. It doesn't consider, once again, YouTube forcefully removing this type of content from their platform. It doesn't consider a lot of different things. And of course, I want to plan things out based on the different opportunities that could happen and figure everything out, right? So I already have this planned out, and I think that this is what's going to happen. And I know that might suck, right? Oh no, we may only have 3 to 5 more years of Optimus uploads, but I'm gonna do my very best to make these 3 to 5 years be the absolute best years of content that I can produce. I want to make videos that you guys love. I want to make videos that I love, and I've done that for the last few years. It's not like I've just been making content that I hate. But I do realize that there's a whole great world outside of the computer screen that I sit at and make YouTube videos at, right? I want to travel the world. I want to see new things. I want to experience new things. I want to try new things out, I want to spend time with my family. One day I plan on having children, and I don't want to be the dad that, never sees his kid's first steps because he's in the other room making YouTube videos. I don't want to be the dad that misses my son's baseball games or my daughter's recitals for something, right? Because, I was too busy focusing on making YouTube videos. And I know that the key to life is balance, right? You got to find ways to balance work and life and responsibilities. I understand that, and I've done my best at doing that over all these years, but at some point I kind of just want to be free. I want to try new things without the burden of being like, oh, well, I have to go upload a YouTube video tomorrow or else my channel will die, right? And that's been a problem recently. I haven't been uploading as much content. I've had a ton of stuff happening in my real life that's kind of prevented me from making YouTube videos. I've been going through a lot, and it's been really tough on me, and it's kind of hard for me to tell you guys that. Because I don't want to appear as weak or whatever, right? I don't want to appear as, oh, he can't handle his shit. I mean, I can. I'm doing my best. I'm getting through it all. I'm going to be fine at the end of the day. I know that. But it's been kind of interfering with my work schedule. And that sucks because I really do have a drive to make YouTube videos right now. And I have a lot of video ideas that I want to pursue and make content on. And I want to expand the Watch Optimus catalog for the people who have been paying monthly to support the channel. And I want to give them the exclusive content they deserve. And I know I still have a lot in the tank. I know I still have a lot of motivation to continue doing this for years upon years, but I think it's time that we address the reality because I don't want it to hit suddenly. I don't want to walk away from YouTube one day and be happy with it myself, but yet leave tens if not hundreds of thousands of people who watch my content on a daily basis basically to struggle with that themselves, because I know there's a lot of people who look up to me. And there's a lot of people who enjoy my content and it helps them get through their day. I get emails all the time. I get messages all the time. And I don't want to just leave you all behind because as cliche as this may sound, you guys are a second family to me, man. I mean, you guys have changed my life in a way that nothing else in my life has ever been able to impact me with. And I feel like it would be almost disrespectful to just walk away from you guys and not leave you with the best effort that I possibly could give. So over these next few years, I'm going to do some things that make me happy. I'm going to continue to write books. I already have one book out. You can get that on my store. Links down in the description. I'm going to continue putting out clothing and merchandise. I love doing that. I might put out a couple movies, things that I've produced. I just submitted my album, actually, for approval to be put on streaming services and storefronts. My lo-fi album will be available on my store early. It's actually coming up very soon. In the next few days, it might already be available. I don't know. We'll have to see how long it takes to get it approved and everything. But there's just so much outside of YouTube that I'm also passionate about. And these are things that I also want to pursue. These are things I want to do things in. But I want to go ahead and also stress that in the event of my retiring, that doesn't mean Optimus is over forever. I mean, like I said, I'll probably continue to make clothing. I'll probably continue to make music. I want to try my hand at making video games or something someday, maybe even. And these are all things that I want to share with you guys and experience with you guys as well. So even if one day the YouTube channel ceases uploads and you never see another Optimus video again, just know I'll be out there doing something. And you can follow along on that journey as well. So anyway, I just wanted to be as honest as I could with you guys and kind of just open up about this with you guys a little bit. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubTheOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about retirement, wow, and signing out.